Hi, I'm Kristin. You may have noticed the world's becoming more ridiculous with each passing day. Come with me as we explore these wild and confounding times, from culture to media to politics to world affairs and more. I'll explain it all. Welcome to episode 1 of Kristin Explains It All. First of all, I just want to tell everyone thank you so much for your support already. It's been amazing and I just really appreciate it. Just know that from the bottom of my heart, thank you. If you don't know the story, basically Tucker Carlson did a segment on his show where what he was saying was when Joe Biden gave that, if you can call it a speech the other night, and he was talking about how the biggest thing he wants to change in the military is making sure that women have maternity flight suits and talking about hairstyles and all those important things that winning wars really come down to. Of course, the left, being as intellectually dishonest as they always are, took this as Tucker saying bad things about pregnant women in the military. That's not what was going on at all. Of course, as someone that, you guys have probably come to know as having an opinion, I do have a very strong opinion about this. And before anyone says, oh, well, what do you know? Well, I served in the Army from 2001 to 2005, and I had a child while I was in service. So I would kind of think I might be maybe an expert on this. We're just going to hit it about what the tweets of these generals said. This General Paul E. Funk the second, let's make sure we get it right? He tweets after this Tucker segment, hey, at Tucker Carlson, this is my squad, and they're at U.S. Army Strong. You'd be lucky to meet them. Hashtag victory starts here. First of all, Tucker wasn't saying anything bad about women in the military. It's being intellectually dishonest if you think otherwise. So this squad, I feel like I bet he listens to like Taylor Swift in his little office over there at the Pentagon. It's probably like he's probably like a Swiftie. Is that what they call them? Yeah, I can see that happening. But anyway, I know squad's a military term as well, but I feel like he's using it more in a Taylor Swift-esque way. I would like to also tell him something. Like, I think we have bigger fish to fry. However, I'm actually not going to say that because as we found out like 2 weeks ago, they can't even fry chicken correctly for the 5,000 soldiers that are now in the nation's capital because white supremacy. We now have more soldiers there than in Afghanistan. So just so you're keeping tabs, the government or the military or politicians now think that white supremacy is a bigger threat than the Taliban. So that's where we're at, folks. So then he also retweets this story. Press Secretary smites Fox host that dissed diversity in the U.S. military. Tucker never dissed it. This is just all a lie. It's all lies. The fact that these generals, I always kind of want to be that person where I'm like, no, you have to be really, really smart to become a general, because I used to think that. These days, I'm not so sure anymore. And that's troubling. I understand that. And I'm kind of troubled, myself. I was even having to say that out loud. Then, of course, after he tweets this, we've got the Army counterintelligence with the blue check mark giving him a big huh for talking about his squad. Lord, like I kind of feel like I'm in an out-of-body experience right now, even talking about this stuff, because I just never thought I would see it. Like I said, I think we've got bigger issues, maybe like China. If China takes over the South China Sea, the shipping routes, they could shut those off and destroy our economy. But you know what? Let's make sure, folks, that everyone knows that Tucker Carlson said something that hurt these general feelings. And by the way, I was kind of looking at his picture, and he put out a video as well. I'm not sure he's in regulation. That's just a whole other topic, apparently. Then we have Command Sergeant Major Ben Lemon, but I'm going to go ahead and just call him Ben Lemon, like Don Lemon. Is that how, I forget how he says it, but I think it's something like stupid like that. But anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and assume that if your last name's Lemon, you have no brain, because this seems to be a thing here. So he tweets at Tucker, the DOD didn't attack your show. We absolutely disagree with you. Trust me, you'd know if the DOD attacked you. It's a doctoral term. And then he goes on to say, to be clear, this isn't a political stance. At Tucker Carlson came after my family. Women in the military are my sisters. Defend my family. Defend another doctoral term. I wonder how many women were sexually assaulted under his command. Like, I would just like to know the stats on that, actually. So maybe someone can, hook me up with those. That'd be cool. My sisters, this is such a joke. The military has become nothing more than a social justice experiment. If there's anything in this country that should ever be left out of politics, it's the military. And that is the biggest reason it's been successful the way it has been. Now, I don't know anymore, because this woke army, we have to put people in place because of the color of their skin or because of their gender. And then they can always change that if they want. I mean, this is a joke, folks. I feel like we've kind of missed the boat here, because I never thought I would see something like this. And the fact that these guys are doing this just out in the open like this, they know they have no consequence. That's the only way they would do this. Because what, is Joe Biden going to do something to them? No, Joe Biden doesn't even know where the hell he is. All right. So no, Joe Biden's not going to do shit. So just go ahead and assume that. We've got problems. And I've had a lot of people kind of come to me and say, I've never wanted to say anything bad about the military. I'm telling you right now, every citizen that has a brain left should be outraged by this. And you can say things about the military. You don't have to agree with stuff, folks. Look, I went to war for a war that I didn't even understand, at the time. And then later when the facts came out, then I was like, but I did what my country asked, because in the military, that's what we do. And the fact that we have these leaders right now going out and saying these insane things, it blows my mind. And the only way that we can get them to get this to stop, and we must stop this right now, is for people to criticize them for this, because this is wrong. I mean, it is the Hatch Act. They violated that. The directive, I think it's 1344-10. They violated that. I mean, every sense of the word. I mean, even the 1344-10, it even specifically states about social media policies. And these people are doing this from their verified accounts. The way that I would explain what is happening right now is, I believe the generals at the top have been given the green light from the Biden administration, basically saying nothing will be done if you come out and attack Tucker Carlson. And the reason I believe that this has been done is, if it wasn't for Tucker Carlson, think of how much stuff that we wouldn't know that is really happening in the world right now. And I think that this is just a show that the Biden administration has declared war on Tucker Carlson and Fox News, because I think it is a threat to their administration. We look extremely weak to the world right now. It makes me really sad. I know I'm kind of upset, obviously, about this, and as we all should be, but we've got problems. So what I would ask all of you guys to do is to go after these people on Twitter, I guess. Because I guess that's how we're fighting wars at this point in our new day. Write your congressman or congresswoman. This has to stop. This is not okay. And if we don't do it, then I'm seriously concerned about the future of our country, because our military is the only thing that stands in the way of people coming and taking, our most prized possession, and that's freedom. I just can see China and Russia and all these countries just licking their chops after this. We need to make sure that flight suits or maternity flight suits are a thing. So anyway, that's my thoughts. I would love to hear back from you guys on this. I will see all of you guys next time, Lord willing, and if the creek don't rise.